evening, everybody. J Revolution 1KB, Mikhail Tejas the God. We are the Sad Man Stream.
Yeah.
Special guest in the studio. We about to get some shit uncovered this evening. What up? It's Patrice. It's Patrice Millien. I think she kind of memorized which one is which.
I know, I want to do the haze.
Okay, well, all right, yeah. That's really the only two we need. So what's up, Pat's busy these days?
Trying to be, well, we have Uncovered going on, so kind of in the middle of that. And then, yeah, we have different aspects of the project. So we're finishing up the web series, and then we're moving on to producing a TV show in a little bit as well. So lots happening all at once.
We call it for the TV show, right?
C-Boy, CTV, they're looking for some local content.
CNMG, all this suddenly looking for local content. Oh, okay.
Wow.
I wish all these stations were like that, though. Like they would,
Trust me, all of them.
Is CNC, could CNC 3?
CTV,
CNMG
it's different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't worry, no, don't beat up. I used to get mixed up too.
Yeah.
I used to get mixed up. I thought
To me, like
C
one-
was CNC3 and CNMG was something else.
Yeah.
Okay, so CNMG is
C/CTV/CNMG one station.
So
they see the
CNC3 and no C's.
CNC3 is just CNC3. That's one thing alone. Then you have C/CTV/CNMG, which is another station, and then you have TV6, and then you have the government station, which is Channel 4. I don't know
So
what's the
that
CNMG
CNMG
is
is not
government.
government.
CNMG state though.
It's state media.
Yeah, I
That's-
state media.
No, what's it? CNC3 is not state?
No,
No,
CNC3 is
CNC3
independent.
Guardian.
Guardian.
Guardian
Yeah.
Media.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah.
So CNMG is state media.
Yeah, how I remember it is CNC3 is the building with Guardian
You need to
Right.
slash
this.
Slam.
Yeah.
So that's
Yes.
Yeah,
And
Guardian
this,
Media.
ladies and gentlemen, has been your local news for today.
local updates.
Jesus.
But yeah, so I have that going on. And that's pretty much it. That kind of keeps me occupied for the next couple of months, and then after that, whatever the wind blows by happens on its own.
Good, that's good.
Real.
For real.
But what are you guys up to?
Are we asking the questions? Right?
Oh,
I think I should ask a question.
We're
Like,
asking the questions.
hey, if it's an interview or we just talking, which one is it?
Hey! Now, were we up to this? Actually,
Yeah.
Sad man.
we have to the Sad Man Stream. Yeah, so today, folks, we Patrice for the last 2 years always would call me with a business idea about romance. Now, the first idea was to send a nice greeting video to his significant other, and the other business idea was to
I tell you a lot of ideas, but I didn't remember that one.
yeah, no, that's some years ago. And the other idea was something to do with romance or something. So right, I'm trying to give Patrice ideas out.
Yeah, because I really am passionate about that one, and I do that.
But I think overall, Patrice is passionate. Get back. Fuck that out. I think Patrice overall is passionate about romance. So today, folks, we're gonna delve a little bit into romance. So Patrice, do you think that romance is lacking in the world? And what causes you to get those ideas about romance? Why do you think people need that?
I just feel like people get busy, like, in this day and age, a lot of people get busy. They're very preoccupied and career-oriented or family-oriented, and it kind of takes away from the aspect of, that just lovingness and taking care of each other, especially from a romantic perspective in a relationship. People kind of get lost in their own worlds, and in everything else, responsibility-wise, that kind of falls short. So, and I don't think it's intentional. I think life just happens, and people kind of forget, the reason why they are together in the first place, which is important. Yeah. So sometimes, you just need that little extra spark or that thing, as guys especially, I feel like the guys should be the initiator of it. I mean, you all were the ones that pursue, most of the times, that tend to pursue the female or whoever you're with. And so, yeah, I think like that's an important thing to sustain throughout the relationship, not just at the beginning.
So because guys pursue girls, you think it's really guys need this
I think
training?
I think it's important for you guys to maintain it, and not forget.
Wow.
Not forget. I think we as females tend to ask for it a lot, and when it disappears or when we find like it lacking, we will remind you and let you know. But like I find I should not remind you and let you know what yo, show a little vibes now, give my little vibes now, boy.
Tej.
No comment.
Dude, I know you don't have girlfriends, because like seriously, I feel like it's important. Like if you're in I'm sure you've all been in a
The
relationship.
funny thing is, every male in this room, including Patrice, has a boyfriend. I'm joking.
You're like in a yeah.
As a girlfriend. So everybody has a girlfriend. Yeah. So I don't think I.
But do you think you're romantic, or do you think, like, honestly, do you really think that you maintain the persistence that you came into the relationship with throughout your relationship as it progresses?
Yeah, definitely. I say
Come
that.
on,
I
I'm
say
sure.
Jamil.
Jamil,
I say that without apology. I
Jamil.
definitely. It is impossible to maintain to be like at like a flat plateau. You always have ups and downs. But what I'm saying is, I could say with confidence that I never let it get past a critical level where it's like,
You have to be
okay,
reminded.
something needs to happen now, guys. Nah.
What about you, Kev?
Could you repeat the question?
Kevin. Kevin, as a guy in a relationship, as the
Alright.
boy or the man in the relationship, can you say confidently that you've been able to sustain the level of romance that you started the relationship
No.
with?
I know shame time is it? No.
So let's first ask if it started with romance.
Did you start? I mean, I don't know girl with like 4 or 5 guys who just unromantic.
What?
Yes.
Yes.
Come on,
Yes.
no, there's
Yes.
always some level of charm involved in the
Yes.
beginning, unless it's listen. Any normal, healthy relationship starts with an individual.
No, you see, Patrice, I need to interject, yeah? But you have to realize that now in this modern day and age, the reason why people get into relationships is because of the whole looking for love factor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when back in the days where there used to be a lot of romance and all these things, the other actually reason why people used to get married and why people used to be in relationships a long time used to be because of families joining, and you know, 'cause like, all these things could be reasons why they aren't.
To procreate.
I think this days and age is just shallow. It's like the reasons for going into a lot of things these days is like bare minimums, dog. And
Exactly.
And people really not honest with themselves in this day and age. I think we just talking about that. No, I'm not saying that a relationship doesn't have romance. I know what you mean. Like there's a spark before you get into a relationship.
Yeah,
But-
I think it's kind of like a meaningless
But
thing
you
if get
talking
into
about a
it.
romantic relationship. I telling you, dog. I look at Instagram girls. Like I don't lose sleep over these girls, but understand that
Yeah.
every day these IG girls, dog.
Every day you
they're
watch
always
it.
in Dubai, and they always by themselves.
Yeah,
Right?
Right.
No, and I'm saying, and not to retract back, to come back to my point. When you might look at a girl like that and say, wow, that's real interesting, dog. Like, I wish I could get a girl like that. You know what I mean? Like, you would say something like that. But, yo, that is the bare minimum. You know nothing about that person. You are looking at an image. And I think the image of what a relationship, at least what we think it is like a bare stupid minimum now. It's a very stupid minimum that we would base something on. So you're not going in for the challenges or the fact that this person mightn't be picture perfect or this person mightn't meet your fantasy, and you just going in off of that image now, boy. And I think image is what is killing a lot of people these days. And it's not just relationship, it's life. It's like you pretend to be grinding on IG, and in real life you get nowhere. You know what I mean? So it's everything. It's a lot of shallowness in this day and age.
True that? Real.
I agree.
New phrase alert.
New phrase.
Real talk.
That's very random. No, but yeah, for me, I think just, and I guess it's personal preference, but for me, like, I wouldn't get into a relationship unless I have some kind of connection or attraction to the person. So naturally, for me, I would want to sustain that throughout the relationship. I would like that to be sustained.
It could start
throughout
with
the
a matches
relationship.
and turn into a bushfire. Oh, that's very bad.
Oh,
Shit. That's bad.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to. It could perpetuate and get bigger and grow into something. You know, it doesn't have
I
to
agree with
start
that.
like that.
Yeah, I agree. It don't always have to start with a big bird in his app because
Yeah.
plenty of them things is out quicker.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good thing.
Exactly.
It don't always, it always have to, somebody get, like blow your mind. Like somebody doesn't have to blow your mind in the beginning, but you can grow to love them. I think that's more important, to be honest.
Yeah, they get
That's
to
what
know
we
you,
have
then, you know, you woke up to it or what.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, that's what it is.
this is what it is. So in Kevin's case, you don't necessarily have to start romantic. Make a snowball now, boy. You know what I mean?
I mean, Karen, why would, okay, so explain to me in your mind how that works, where, like, why would you get in it with a relationship then? What is the influence and
Dr.
I don't
The
understand
boy.
because, like, I don't, like, maybe it's just differences in perspectives or how it works, but for
No,
me, like, I
now
want
if
to
you
be...
see the potential in somebody for it to progress, you would
Real?
go in a relationship with the person.
Real.
It doesn't have to start off real hot and sweaty. you know, it will get there eventually, and that way you'll bond with the person longer, and you'll grow with the person.
Real.
That's
So-
that,
Give
like,
some,
to
give
me,
some, give
that's,
some.
that's kind of
Yeah, give me a
backwards.
song effect, bro.
Yeah, that's kind of awkward to me too.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that's
kind of backward. Like, to me, that's like that would happen in arranged marriages. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, you know,
yeah.
you have no attraction,
No,
you're
but
there, and then you're
have
hoping something grow.
It's not like you have nothing, you know. You have something there. You know, it's just probably not what you might think initially. You know, it will come. You know.
It's come like you yourself will evolve over the time, because
Yeah.
if you start in your relationship and it's like, I don't really know no boy fellas, no, you know, like the girl mightn't be like again your IG poster girl image, but then after you
I
But
mean,
you
I'll
wouldn't get
tell
with them
you
in the
though,
first place if you don't
like
know them.
with me with that IG poster girl thing, and I know a couple on my bedrooms and thing who don't really watch it like that. Like they would see, you see, it's something you would see these IG girls looking all best and thing on IG, but the truth is, as relationship, like a lot of men don't view them best looking IG girls as relationship type.
Yeah,
It's just a
exactly.
bang and leave.
True. True.
You know what I mean?
True,
So on
yeah.
the subject of relationship and romance, like I think the IG girl thing, like you just gotta kind of throw them
Yeah,
under the bus for that.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
But I understand
what I'm
the
saying,
point.
I trying to relate it to like an image, because it's just an image of what we think it's supposed to be, and that could be dangerous, especially if you're honest with yourself. Because I was telling Patrice when we was having a discussion in the car, is I think a lot of problems in relationships are not just anything in human life, is just people not honest with themselves and they don't acknowledge what their role is in things. Because
I can say something before you
yeah,
go.
go ahead.
But for you to be honest with yourself, you would then have to just know yourself.
Right.
And I think that's what this a lot of people don't know themselves.
Well, word on that. So that's one. But knowing yourself, the reason why I won't trap people into the knowing yourself term is because you are ever choosing and evolving.
Mhm.
So you kind of need to be updated every step of the way. It's like you're a fluid individual.
Like Android.
Well, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
So many games, something. Alright, you win then.
Yeah.
I
So
would say iOS though, 'cause, like, you know. It's always
No, it's my Android always updating us like every week, dog.
well, either way, it's like you need to admit your feelings and express yourself at all times properly and acknowledge.
to Google. Admit your feelings.
Jesus Christ.
What did you say?
Okay, Google. Admit my feelings. And you know all you need, and all you online, you only need to stop taking Facebook quiz, then sharing it on the wall and feel as how all you actually are, dog. Stop it, us. You know what I
No,
mean?
yeah. You see, that just upset me.
Stop
where,
it, us.
where it's like people posting, like, somebody going so, and be like, mood.
It's
So, shit like that is where, like,
it don't have no opportunities for self-analysis out there. That's what I mean. It's like something bad will happen in your relationship, and you might share a good picture that will just blame them. I want to see a good picture. I am unreasonable. I just figured that out. That's the next good picture I want to see. Because it's true. You could be the asshole and like you don't know now. But because you're more vocal on social media, people might jump on your side and say all these things, and all that is mixed up into how this generation is so fickle. That's why I believe romance is missing. And everybody afraid too. It is my last point before I let touch. I think God take over. Everybody kind of afraid of us. Like people are genuinely, and they wouldn't say it, people are genuinely bummy to open up themselves, Like you would say something like you have trust issues, right? But because I think holistically, I would tell somebody this. I say trust is just an acknowledgement of patterns, right? There's nobody out here in this life that owes you anything. If you jump in a taxi, no, you trust that they will take it to your destination. But there is no force in place that guarantees that. But because you are accustomed to jumping in this car and going into town, So I say it's not that you have trust issues. You trust normal things every day. You trust KFC go poison your chicken. You trust the car go take it to your destination. You trust when you drink a bottle of water, it will be acid. Like, you know what I mean? There's no real force that stops anything bad from happening to you in this normal world. Be brave and say you don't trust people with your emotions. Be brave and say you're scared. And then get to understand the pattern of the person before you give yourself to them.
quick question. Is not
Touch
trusting
it, God.
people, is not trusting people with your emotions make you scared?
Yes, of course it does.
In your opinion?
No, not in but it does. Okay,
How?
here why I say it
Explain.
does. Because Tej, when you don't have to give your entire self to somebody, that's kind of silly. Like to jump in and say yo Pats, there's it in the horse. You're gonna get it for lunch tomorrow. I love you for life. That is obviously silly, and I feel like when people say I don't trust people with my emotions, it's like, but I'm not asking you or telling you to go and throw yourself on the next person.
No.
but you need to tactically open up because life is about tact. You don't share your first thought instantly anytime. You say you're attractive girl, you probably want to bully girl, you don't walk up and say excuse. You don't ever do that. Everything takes tact. So when
Next thing that actually works.
if it does work, then hey.
Yeah.
But
To each his own.
everything takes tact. Yeah, everything in life takes tact. How you talk to your parents, how you talk to your peers, how you introduce yourself, how you go to an interview. Everything is tactless. You don't always share the first thing on your mind. You don't go into an interview and say, I real poor dog. I really don't care about this work. I truly want to be a rapper, but I need the money. Kevin had to get up to do something to adjust his flyer. We don't know. Anyway, guys, so I have a couple. Take a mic. We were talking about relationships, and we understand that this conversation could go on forever.
Never.
So I have some dilemmas for you guys, right? Just making it funny. You start a relationship with your girlfriend or your boyfriend, and 2 years into the line, they get a little unattractive in terms of excess weight. What do you do? Granted, you have tried everything. Try to get them to go to the gym. What
You
do
know
you
what
do?
I think?
This does not pertain to my relationship. Wait, hold on. I'm just making that very clear. This does not pertain to my relationship.
Me and
Continue.
I as a fella, I get fat.
No, your girlfriend get unattractive.
Okay.
What do you do?
I tell her,
You have tried everything, yeah, and she ain't
What
responding.
did she puts on weight or she gets unattractive?
She got
Because it
fat.
doesn't necessarily
She got dreadly
Really all
unattractive.
together.
Okay, fat as unattractive, true fat.
unattractively
Well,
fat.
then
True
you feel
fact.
as her boyfriend because you're supposed to
what?
tell her like, yo.
Oh, it's
Big
What?
response. No, I
No.
agree with that response 10,000%.
No, strong that lose.
No.
I do,
no,
kid.
no. Show
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got sure you can say chin in
No,
any
how
session
could
you
that? You can't. You see, as yes, you're in a relationship, right? But at the end of the day, you are who you are. You are you. You are a human being, right? You can't tell somebody if you. It's like this, right? Babe, go on exercise in the gym now. If she's not feeling.
dog.
good
I
on
don't. I can't
exercise
listen.
in
Like
the
you
gym-
say that alone, and I get offended.
You're supposed to do that.
Exactly. It's.
I find that first of all, it's
a
a very
good level.
yeah. You see, when you reach the point where you're saying I'm unattractively fat, this is what you're telling me.
You looking for argument. You looking
Yeah,
for end of
you-
relationship.
Yeah, but then
First of all,
then-
for me
but then
personally,
it go end,
No,
it go
you
end
don't do it
regardless.
like that.
no. First of all, for me, I would already take offense to that because it's like
No, but don't think
see?
about you as a girl getting fat. Your boyfriend getting unattractively fat. What do you do?
okay. So what I was gonna say, I can't really see that affecting me to the point where I want to break up with them because I know I'm at the stage where I love the person for who they are as a person.
Nah, that's.
And I swear to God, if, however, it gets like ridiculous, like if in like 2 weeks' time you put on like 50 pounds and it get out of
Yeah, but
control,
forget-
as a girlfriend, I'm more concerned about your health than anything else.
Alright, but don't study that too. I talking about getting unattractively fat is just one part of the dilemma, right? The sexual performance at a drop, the self-confidence at a drop, arguments and what kind of thing taking place.
Gotta raise
What
up
you
the
gonna
belly
do?
and.
You gotta raise up the belly, you gotta raise up the belly, you gotta matrix, you gotta offer the belly, you gotta offer the belly, the blue pill or the red pill.
Yeah, the-
It now
yeah, the
becomes
big
a
with
very
Savlon
sensitive
and,
topic
you know.
matter, and you can't just sit down with the man out or the girl and be like, yo, babe, where's the scene
But
here?
what
boy?
if you
Getting out
try?
of
But
control."
what
what
if you
I'm saying
tried?
is,
What if you tried
you
to
say-
help them?
hold on,
and
hold
they
on,
didn't
hold on.
Yeah.
Wait.
It have
Hold
ways
up.
to
Kevin,
affect
Kevin,
it.
hold on. Kevin talking and this is
KB.
our first. Let Basil talk. Let Basil talk.
How could it even reach that point if you're in a relationship with the person? How could you allow that to happen so far?
I agree with that. I agree with
That's
that.
It
my
happens,
main
honestly,
thing.
it could happen,
How could it
just
happen?
incrementally. Like,
No, I
you
think
put on 5 pounds this week,
Unless
babe,
you
you're
live
getting
in
out
a
of
way
control, eh?
and you live in another country, that's the only way that could happen. If you're in a relationship seeing this person every day or every week, nah, that can't happen to us. Especially if you're working out with the person too, or you're doing stuff together.
That's the thing. I will only accept that if like both the persons going down a road. Then it is up to both of them to
Yeah,
come out
too.
of it.
No, because like, especially when you now get a
But
relationship,
if you,
know, you have,
working
you have
out, if you
love fat.
grinding, if you love fat is purely acceptable.
Yeah.
If,
Right,
if
but
your
I was
girl
saying
and get
that's
love
not
fat, you're on shit.
If you or your girl and get love fat, because
Yeah,
as far as
have-
I can someone to get a relationship,
Yes,
that
girl
you
love
have a
fat.
honeymoon phase,
Yes,
yeah,
girl
that's
love
just for a little fat, love fat.
But what I'm
5,
saying is
10
if you
pounds.
grinding in that gym to upkeep,
That's a serious thing. I love fat.
I love fat is a
to
serious thing.
upkeep your appearance for that person and then it's how I view it.
That is a
But
problem.
like, could it be that? Because I think with some people, you gain fat or this physical thing, it is nothing to them because they with you for something
It have a
totally
spirit.
different.
There's a spirit in everything, and I think that sometimes you might see a person and they might think themselves not attractive, but in your eyes it's like
Yeah, you know
it's
what I
the
mean?
best
Some
thing
girls
ever.
will be like, I fat, but yo, you're
Nah, yeah, I have a problem with that, and I would like
right?
to say to a person who's sure listen now, you're not fat. Stop it, please. Thanks. You're still very attractive. You're not fat. No, forget that. You're not fat, and you calling yourself fat is an insult to fat girls. You know who you are. I'm telling this from the bottom of my heart. You're still very attractive. Continue. I'm saying, the next dilemma. We're moving on to the next dilemma. We're moving on to the next dilemma now.
No, but to answer the question, just
Yeah,
you
go
have
ahead.
to sit with the person. Just, I mean, if you, especially if it's a case where you grinding and they just getting fatter, and it affecting other parts of the relationship to like sex, which is an important aspect of it, then it's really a matter of sitting down and having a sensitive,
Alright.
sensitive conversation. You can't just say, yo, you're getting fat and out of control, organize your life.
Alright, cool. So the answer to that is
Be
have
sensitive.
a sensitive
Organize
Yeah.
yourself.
conversation.
Organize yourself.
Alright. Next question. Friends of the opposite sex. What's all your opinions on that?
Yeah. I don't care. I don't care. Sure, you gotta be sure about yourself, dog. And wait, I always have this belief, right? If let me say my girl has a best friend who's a boy, and she cheat on me with him, yo, like that's one of the greatest gifts could ever happen to you. You know what I mean? Cause it's like you didn't mess up, she did.
Touch what the is that?
No, you understand? You understand what I'm
I
saying?
know.
You
She
trying
cheats
to
with
get out-
anybody she messes up with.
trying to get out
No,
there,
what I'm saying is the fact that if you cheat on anybody, but the fact is that she cheats, meaning that you as the guy, because you know just always blame the guy and say, oh, he do this wrong or he do that, and you know what I mean?
It could still
you
be the case on the best friend just looking.
You know, you
Looking.
didn't do anything wrong.
Or you could have been doing shit and
That
the best
now
friend just
that
happened to be there.
to me, I learn flat out us. If you have a best male friend, now I respect the border of that friendship, but it needs to diminish if you're with me. I don't give a shit. I don't give a flying shit. You can't, because that as a male, I could never get away with that. So I ain't having it. As a very 50-50 man in relationships, I ain't having that shit. Because for a fact, I know that women, and I say this plain, women take for granted those sorts of dynamics. Why? Because women have the power of sex. So they know and they understand that we make the sex decision. So if I as a female have a male friend, I am in charge of if anything is to go further, so that's small thing. But if you have a female friend, she is in charge if everything goes further. So I am bummy about that. So you will have a male friend, he could be texting you on WhatsApp saying all kind of thing, but I want to bully real bad and small thing. A girl could tell me, Jamil, where you want for lunch, and what's that? And granted, I understand why that is so, and it makes sense. I am not for that. I am not accepting that.
I just a very cool guy.
I am
don't
a
have
cool
problem with
guy.
that.
I will calmly say I am not
I
accepting
don't have a
that.
problem with that. I really don't have a problem with that.
Now you touch.
And
Me, man,
wait, and
I-
here we're going. This is you. If that's how you're operating, this is you not fully trusting.
Brother
being
man,
trusting.
this is no, it has nothing to do with that, brother.
It
I'm
have
talking
a
about
lot to do with that.
Hold on, I am not saying for a second that my girlfriend gonna horn me, but I am saying it's a respect. Because if I cannot get away with it,
No, but
you
how is
cannot
that?
get
No,
away
but
with it.
how, Jamil?
Okay,
how-
Tej, let me just ask you a
hold on.
question. Let me just ask you a question. If a fella is messaging your girl sexually all the time, and she's cool with that, and a girl message you, Tej, I want to work with you in the studio, and she get
best friend
mad.
doesn't have to automatically
Forget
be
best friend.
heaven.
No,
Forget best
hold
friend.
on.
Forget
Wait,
anybody.
The question we start off with is
You
not
focus on
if
the
a guy, not if a guy is texting your girl sexually,
Okay,
but
cool.
If you have a male
No, if you have a
friend.
male friend, I have no problem
right,
with
if
that.
the guy is no, you see, Jamil, now you're going to the extreme. You're going to the extreme of your question, right?
All right.
Wait, hold on, hold
I
on, hold on.
apologize.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait, hold on.
Hold up.
Right? If she has a male friend
That she came into a relationship with.
that she's messing, like he's messaging her with all kind of sexual thing. Nah, cut that off one time. Delete number from phone, or else that scene dead. You know what I mean? But if it's a friend and there's no signs of that kind of shit, like dread.
Well,
My
And
thing is-
and
my
hold on, hold on.
thing is-
And
my
for
thing
you
is-
and for you to tell her, dread, cut that off. That means you have no respect for her and her life. That's her
Right,
friends.
okay, well let me rephrase
You can't
what I'm
tell her
saying.
who to be friends
Let
with
me
and
rephrase
who not to
what
be
I'm saying.
friends with.
I want to say that if you have a male best friend, it must be limited. Because as your boyfriend, if we are proper relationship, I am your male best friend.
Yeah,
so
let me
it must
let me
be
just add to that,
limited.
because what my point was going to be is, as first of all, if you have a best friend and is the opposite sex, naturally it's going to, diminish a bit when
It
you
has
get into
to.
a relationship,
It has
because
to.
this person now becomes your best friend.
True.
And so there's one of two things. One, even if you have a male best friend and you come into a relationship, you come into a relationship with this person knowing, your boyfriend knowing that you have a male best friend. There's transparency from the start.
Correct.
Yo, this is my best friend, he's a guy, whatever. And then your role as the female now in the middle of that is to make sure that everybody's comfortable. And then you would think same thing works vice versa if the guy has a female best friend.
Yeah, he had to make
You
sure.
have to come into it very transparent and upfront. If you and the girl had something from the past, your girlfriend coming into it should know that. If you and the girl, it's just a cool scene or whatever, from the start, I'm supposed to know that. It's also your role as the guy to make, because we know how females are. Females are very competitive, naturally. It's like, who's this girl, your best friend, how that go work? But if you make me comfortable knowing that this is your best friend, and then she also shows the effort, or he also shows the effort to reach out to you as a brethren, because you now respect me as your friend, to say, well, if you see something in this guy that would you be in a relationship with, then, I could be cool with him too, we could be cool with each other too. But from the time you start to sense any kind of shadiness, from the time you start to misinformation or you omit information, and then things start to unveil on its own, and it's like, wait, this is your best friend and I didn't know that's all they had, all they was together in secondary school, and them saying it's together, it's real shady and it's get off. And that's when it becomes a problem now. Especially if it reaches the point where you still maintain a very close relationship with this individual.
Exactly.
And you and me holding our vibes, that can work. You wanna give
Precisely,
something, give.
and that's why I'm trying to tell. Well, I make the case extreme, unfortunately, because I want to know what the ass you're talking about. A friendship, in the truest word of a friendship, was, if I am like I had a friendship with, who I had a friendship with back in the day, and we never had nothing. No, I don't call nobody names on this shit, but we never had nothing. Like, no, it was purely platonic. But when I got into a relationship after, there's no way that friendship could have be maintained on a level, because I would have been by the girl house after one and thing, just talking. That could never fly. Or for respect, that could never fly. And that's what I meant. So I get carried away.
Being on the end of the girl, let's say. Now, I've been in a situation where I've had a male friend who was in a relationship, so I was the female friend in that relationship, and he actually met me after they got together. So it was a very awkward situation because it's like, where did this girl come out from?
Was his friend in the first place?
Yeah, and I was his friend before they got together. So it's like, where does this girl come out from? And then all of a sudden they're pumping right through and thing. And at the time I didn't understand. I was like, why she get upset? Like, this is a cool scene, dog. Like, it have nothing here. I know it had nothing here. You know it had nothing here. But like, it's only been at the end of it now. In her position, it's like, yeah, there's some line of respect. Like, you just shouldn't cross now, boy. It's like, girls out there who figure, well, yeah, me and him just normal, and they have the girlfriend. Like, you had to have your borders too for yourself and for the guy and their relationship, and have that respect line, so that you don't put yourself in a position for somebody to get upset with you or feel like you're trying to be a home wrecker or a hoe, or you just don't care about nobody's feelings now,
Or a
But yeah.
Wait up. Alright, so my last activity is that so we talk about the communication borders. Now, I have a little memory game for it. Let's see all the memory test. I'm going to test Patrice's memory, because a lot of times, Patrice said we don't remember why we fall in love with people and all that kind of heights. So I have a quick memory game for Patrice to play. So Patrice, I have 5 numbers, right? 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. These are the only numbers I'm going to say. So if I start with 1, you have to say 1, and then if I say 3, you have to say 1, 3. If I say 5, 1, 3, 5, and you have to remember all the numbers I say, right? So let's see how good Patrice's memory is. So we're going to start. I'm going random. 3, 1,
3 1
7,
3 1 7
5,
3 1 7 5
5,
3 1 7 5 5
7,
3 1 7 5 5 7
9,
3 1 7 5 5 7 9
1,
3 1 7 5 5 7 9 1
9.
3 1 7 5 5 7 9 1 9.
Now. Okay, yeah. 3.
I find you have a limit now. 3
No,
1
you
7
saw
5
five? You
7
saw
9
five
9
each?
1 3.
9913?
Yes.
Nah, that's wrong.
What was
9193. Alright, so Patrice reached 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Patrice reached 9 figures. That's pretty good.
Thanks.
Tajay, what?
Okay.
Jump in?
Nah,
Come on, Taj, come on, let's see how far you
No, I really not good at that.
Let's just see now.
Alright.
Alright. Okay. 1,
1,
5,
1, 5,
7,
1, 5, 7,
9,
1, 5, 7, 9,
5,
1, 5, 7, 9, 5,
3.
1, 5, 7, 9, 3.
Now. 1, 5, 7, 9, 5, 3. Okay, so 35 figures. Kevin, let me see.
Alright.
No, I'll do me after. I'll let Patrice do me after. 3,
3,
1,
3, 1,
5,
315.
7,
3157.
9,
31579.
3,
3157993.
1,
3157931.
7.
315.
I love
They giving me same shit they give me though.
No. Your one was 15795 and his one was 31579. Yeah, really terrible at this.
Yeah.
So it's Kevin reached 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 figures.
Very good, Kevin. I feel like you have enough practice with this game to suggest
Well,
any physics.
put out a set of numbers. It's just 5 random numbers.
Alright.
Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
5 random numbers.
7,
7,
3,
7, 3,
9,
7, 3, 9,
7.
7, 3, 9, 7.
Somebody listen to me because I'm already not paying attention.
No, you had to write it down. Write it down and you'll see.
I'm listening to what you say today.
Oh, okay.
1,
739711.
9,
7397119.
5,
7397195.
3,
739711953.
1.
737. Okay,
Mhm.
yeah,
Oh.
there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9 figures. That wasn't too bad.
That's good.
Was that pause? Like when you stopped to talk, I went
you
blank.
pause in mine, that's why I get mine wrong too, because you pause in the middle of me talking.
Yeah, so we reached 9. Not bad.
Good job.
Good. So yeah, that's pretty good, guys. So other than that, well, that's really it for the segment. The only thing we had to talk about is a couple local issues, and we could wrap up because this stream has been nice. Patrice, thanks for coming.
You're welcome.
But we now realize that Tedja, the age for Tedja getting married has just raised from 12 to 18. Okay, that's not really funny. No, that's not really funny. It's not really funny. But what are y'all, when y'all heard that, like, how y'all felt? I mean,
About what?
the child marriage thing, like,
They initially was because it was 12. Yeah, it was
it
12.
was still, they just
They
changed
just
it to
realized
18.
that the age for
I
marriage
just my thing.
legally.
There are times, you know what I mean? I think now in this time, that's not.
It wasn't
That's not the way.
64?
No, was.
No.
It
Okay.
was.
Well, I think everybody assumed that the legal age would be 16, but it's
Nah, I
12.
I think I was 12 before.
Was 9 horse.
What?
Like long time until you could marry a girl at 9.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
that's a- I mean, that's a
That's what
cultural
I'm saying.
thing.
That's a time. A time. No, that time
Just
has
like nobody
passed.
speed limits when they had 80 when it was one freaking road, one two-way street narrow road, and you had this thing as 80. But now we have 4 lanes and you still have the speed limits at 80.
Yeah, you need to.
I think it needs
They
to
go
evolve
highways
here.
50
Now,
now.
80 is a scene though. Like, I have been really trying because I
Do
do
you
not
not think
have
you
that
could get in
grant.
an accident quicker when it's at 81 because
What?
you're trying to watch the speed
Yeah,
limits to make sure you're not
exactly.
crossing, so you're not really
Because you're not
focused on the
crossing.
road. And then 2, any night when like we are young people, we go out and lime and party and thing. But any night when you coming home and you had to be driving at 80, trying to pay attention to staying at 80 and keep you moving ultra slow on the road, so which means it's taking longer to get home.
You know what I think? I think what Trinidad needs is a bit of more understanding. Because like me, this happens to me a lot on driving on highways. Now you have 3 lanes, predominantly 3 lanes, right? It's a wet man driving on the right lane. It's a wet man driving on your right lane, and he driving slow. Then there's a next man now driving in the middle lane. He driving right behind the wet man, slower.
Slower.
Then there's a next man in the third lane now, a little bit up from the next wet man on the right lane, driving a little bit
Behind
faster
the
but
way
still
people
slow,
split.
and no way to go through. Like, we need to have an understanding on the road etiquette.
This
That's
is
it.
the
Yeah,
this
no
is
funny-
pre. This is pre limit or after the limit you talking
No.
No, some of
that's
them could be
just
driving at the
driving.
speed
This
limit,
is-
you know, some of them must be driving like 60, 70. So when you even if you're trying to maintain 80 to overtake, you can't because you have 3 cars in front of you
Yeah,
driving
exactly.
slower than the
But
speed
funny
limit.
enough though, the law says that when you overtaking, you're supposed to take direct lane. So I
Yeah.
assume that overtaking is gunning it a little bit and then
And
fitting
then
it.
back.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not supposed
Right,
to
But
stay
you know-
but if
in
there
the
is,
extreme right
that's what I'm
lane.
saying. If there is no way for you to overtake, and that's the thing. I think if you're driving slow, stay to the left.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
that
so
and that
that's
is actually law.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
You
we
know,
should invent a shoulder
But
law
men
for
driving
men like that.
50 on the far right of the lane, you know,
Like my
and watching you like, you know,
You
don't
weird,
rush
you
me
wrong.
up.
You're wrong.
You want to rule the road. You feel you.
yeah, that
Furious Seven.
phrase. Was my mom was like a real gangster driver. Like she don't play that at all.
All
Like she would
women.
beep. I wouldn't say all women is gangster drivers. I ain't trying to stereotype, but all women.
I
are
am
gangster
sorry,
drivers.
ladies, but I'm stereotyping because I know one lady who drives 140 on that Diego Manhattan Highway. I'd be like, no,
On the
that's
Dago Highway.
yes, and I'd be like,
Yo,
how
Nah,
you
but
make
all-
them
every
honest?
time I had
No,
80,
but
it's like,
all,
yo,
I don't know what was those are anomalies. Was it all women is driving more cautious? I believe.
What?
In that fact.
What?
I wouldn't.
Every
say so.
accident
I'm a
was
woman
listen
and
to
I
me. Every single accident I have ever heard about, like literally hear about, involve the woman.
That's not true. That one I will
Me,
fight you on.
personal opinion.
And Tedra has
It's-
been driving for a few months now.
No, what I'm saying is
Give him a
Like,
blind.
I'll fight you on that one.
what I've heard about, meaning that me, I like me home.
Well, that's probably
talking
that's probably
in my
men.
environment. Yes,
That's probably men just trying to say, boy, them woman and them feeling cautious, but it's
no.
good.
Actually,
Be mad, though.
that's my aunt told me that. My aunt, who's a woman, she told me
Us
that.
women no drivers.
The only reason why, listen, the only reason why we would say women drive good is because they want the insurance to go down, because you totally get a discount if you're a woman.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
actually.
true.
Which is nonsense.
But folks, you feel insurance people just come with a whim and come up with an idea. Yo, people get paid. Jillionaire is one of the guys who gets paid for this. It's called actuary science. This is years and years of research discovering that women get in less accidents. So they mad. Or you feel insurance just come and say, well, I really like girls in a horse. Let me get them. But they mad. Insurance don't get in nothing for
Here my
free.
thing, here the research.
Ted,
You can't generalize them based on your personal
But
experience.
okay, yes,
You can't
yes.
do that.
And
You can't do that.
But however, who are who are more drivers? There are more men on the road than women.
Well, okay, but what I'm
You know,
trying
so
to tell
to
you
make
is...
that so obviously there will be less women in accidents.
I'm sure they
Tej,
didn't study
that's good. But the fact is, whether it's less women on the road or more, even today the calculations still stand that women get in less accidents. It really doesn't matter. Insurance don't get nothing for free. You the heights of insurance. Somebody could hit you from behind and the premium will still go up. You understand what I'm saying? Your car could get thief and the premium can still go up. How is that my fault? So trust me, I will go with the stereotype that women just drive more cautious and get less accidents, because insurance will get nothing for free. Not one thing. Alright, yeah. So that was good. Patrice, anybody you want to shout out? We want to say hi to Denise who docked we this week, but we bringing you in next week. Into the sad man cell.
I want to say hello to my mother, my father, my child father, my brother,
the
my
whole
sister.
Dago team.
Yeah, I wanna big up man like fish, bucket. Yeah, that's how I say that, and swagger dog.
My
Yeah.
team and no, I mean, I think y'all doing a good job here, so big up to the Creation Nation,
Large up swagger
followers
dog.
and fans, and keep supporting.
System 32 and swagger dog. Swagger dog.
Oh, sorry.
And we gotta add some new sound effects, guys.
Yeah.
Next
Big
week,
up to
next
girl like
Next week.
Tasha and Shania. The names are always calling on radio.
Alright, good. So guys, thanks for joining us. It's J Revolution 1KB. Look out to God.
The Iris God.
Patrice Millien in the building.